Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Thunder and today we're going to be working on weapon reloading and the shotgun shooting mode. So first thing we're going to do, go to your, let me close this one. Go to your weapon class, actually not the weapon class, the item SO class. And I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of spaces. And right below here, I'm gonna do public bool is shotgun. Actually, not shotgun. Do hip spread, which is going to be the actual spread when we're shooting without aiming. I'm gonna give it a value of 0.04, and it's not gonna be a bool. It's going to be a float. Then another public float. Aim spread, and I'm gonna make this one equals 0. Then save it, and over here I'm gonna add a couple of spaces, and actually just one will be enough. We're going to make a public bool is shotgun. Actually, I'm gonna name it shotgun fire. Basically, what this is going to do is, if this is enabled, it's going to shoot like a shotgun. And over here, I'm gonna add a public int pellets per shot. So how many bullets are going to be shot every time? So there's something to keep in mind. Each one of these bullets, it's going to do this damage. So if you have your damage set to 40, each single pellet will do 40 damage. So I recommend you put at something like 12 or I don't know, 20, like top. Because for example, with 12, let's say you're shooting 5 pellets. Just by shooting 5 pellets, you're already doing 60 damage. So it's pretty deadly at close range. I'm gonna be doing 8 pellets and around that value 10, 12 damage. Just because I want the shotgun to be lethal at close range, but at long range for it to be not that lethal, so that a lot of shots are missed. Okay, so next thing, we're going to go into our weapon. And we're going to go to the shoot function and we're going to copy it. Actually, first, go in here and do the following. Do a vector 3 and call it shoot direction. I'm just gonna do there for short. And this is going to be equals to shoot point dot forward. Then we're going to randomize this for our spread. So shoot there. First we're going to check if is aiming. We're going to do shoot there dot x plus equals random dot range, and we're going to do weapon data dot hip spread negative hip spread, and then we're going to do the same thing but with a positive value. So weapon data dot hip spread. Alright, then we're going to do the same thing, so just copy that line and put it down here, but instead of X, we'll be doing Y. Then next, copy these 2 lines inside here, do else. Okay, sorry guys, I had to stop the video. So as I was saying, once we paste it here, where it says hip pause, we're gonna switch it for aim pause. Actually, not over here. Go on the one on top, we're going to do aim spread. So just go ahead and do it for all 4. And there we go, we have bullet spread. Right now, we won't be able to notice this because we are not doing any bullet holes or anything, but we will code the bullet holes in a moment. So go here, and where it says shoot point dot forward, and just do shoot there. Save it. And then we're gonna copy the entire shoot function for the shotgun shooting. And over here we're gonna name it shotgun shoot. And then we're going to run it for. So for int I equals 0. And then if I is less than weapon data dot pellets per shot I plus plus. Then we're gonna put all of the shooting code inside the bracket right here. And there we go. We're already shooting the amount of pellets that we specify, and it's all going to go into a different direction. So now we're going to go back up, and over here, if input dot get mouse button fire 1, we're going to put this inside a array, and same for this. So not an array, sorry, inside brackets. Alright, there we go. And now what we're going to do is if weapon data dot is shotgun dot shotgun fire, okay, shotgun fire, we're going, if it's not weapon data, so add the exclamation sign, then we do shoot. Else if it's shotgun data, we're going to do shotgun shoot. Now just copy this code and paste it on the one on top. And there we go, we have the shotgun shooting mode. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is code the actual bullet hole prefab. So the way we're going to do it is going to be sort of a placeholder way, because later on we're going to implement footsteps, that the footsteps vary between the surface that we're stepping on. Sorry, can't talk today. Between the surface that we're stepping on, and so if we're in grass it will sound like grass, if we're in sand like sand, and so on. But for now, let's just do it like this in a provisional manner. So go ahead and on top of weapon data do public game object bullet hole prefab. And now we're going to go to shoot, and right on raycast what we're going to do is instantiate, but we're going to need a game object, so make it game object with a capital G, and I'm gonna call it bullet hole, and this is going to be equals to instantiate bullet hole prefab comma hit dot point. Basically this is how you get the exact point that you hit it on. So you can see right here, down here we're using hit dot transform. That's going to give you the position of the object you hit it. So in the case of the terrain, the position is on one of the, I think the bottom left corner. So if we use hit that transform, that's where it's going to spawn it, not where we hit it. So we're going to do hit that point, comma, quaternion dot from to rotation. We're going to do vector 3 dot up, comma, I believe it was hit dot normal, and then just add the extra parentheses. Okay, so there we go. Now just copy this and paste it on the shotgun function, save it, and let's go ahead and test everything out. Just ignore this. Alright, so first we're going to have to create our bullet hole prefab. For now, we'll just use a little cube just to make sure that it works. And then I'll leave you guys down in the description a actual bullet hole prefab, which is pretty much going to be a cube with a bullet hole texture and just sized down to the size of an image. So it's not actually a decal that would adapt to surfaces, but it will be good enough for getting started. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to use the drop bag as a size reference. So create 3D object cube, and then I'm gonna scale it down. And you see this line, this is our up vector, and we want it to adapt to the surface. So if the surface has 45-degree inclination, it actually spawns like this, just adapting exactly to the surface. So just to make sure that we can test that out, I'm gonna go ahead and just scale it down like this to a smaller cube, and then I'm gonna rename it to bullet hole. I'm gonna drag it into prefabs. I'm going to go ahead and delete bullet hole and go into player, main camera, and to the 3 weapons, assign the bullet hole prefab. Okay, why isn't it showing up? Did this compile actually? Just gonna check. Just making sure that it actually did compile. Okay, now we can see it. There we go. Just drag it into bullet hole prefab. And now I'm gonna go ahead and save and hit play. There's a lot of ways you can improve your gunplay. You can add things like a randomized recoil animation and then make it so the bullet goes out of the barrel, which it's pretty realistic to be honest, but again, we're not looking for realism right now. We're just okay, and there you go, it's actually spawning. Let's actually test it on the rocks. And as you can see, all animations are working from last tutorial. So let's go ahead and test it out. And there you go, you can see how it works. And if you take a look at it, it actually adapts perfectly to the surface. So now we're going to do 2 more things. First, we're going to do zooming so that we can actually zoom in when we're aiming. And then we're going to do, okay, sorry, can't remember right now. Okay, we're going to do reloading. And that's going to be it for this tutorial pretty much. That's all we're really missing. Next tutorial will be the melee system, which is also going to be tied to our weapon script, which is the one we're going to use. Just that it will be too long of a tutorial if I put it out into a single video. So let's go ahead and do reloading first. Alright, go into your weapon script and we're going to do something. So if it's of type weapon, update aiming, okay. So over here we're going to do if input dot get key. I'm gonna do key down, and I'm gonna do the R for reloading, key code dot R. Then just do start dash reload. It's gonna give you an error because we still haven't created. So let's go ahead and do that. Just go down to here, right below shooting, and just do reloading. So public void start reloading. And basically what this is going to do, it's going to be anim dot crossfade and fixed time. And we're gonna do, I believe the name is reload dash base. I'm going to check it. Okay, I spelled it wrong. Reload dash base. And then we're gonna do come after the quotes, and let's just give it 0. Because again, it just starts on the same position as the arrow, so it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to do this, and then we're going to just test it for the sake of doing it. And is reloading equals true. Now go back to Unity, just let it load. Alright, so there's one more thing we have to do. So go into your animations and just go into base and open up the weapon dash base animator. And I'm gonna go to my scripts folder on the gunplay, on the weapons one, because this is gonna create it on the current folder we're on. You'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. So select your reload dash base and do add behavior, and we're gonna name this reload handler, because we want our reloading to end exactly at the last frame of the animation. We could just put a timer, and once the timer goes out, we're done reloading. But that's gonna make it so we have to be timing the animations and all of that. So this is a better way to do it. Okay, well, it went on assets, so I'm gonna go ahead and drag it into scripts and weapons. So, okay, let's go into weapons. Right, so all we're going to do now is just get component in parent, weapon, and then just do is reloading equals false. Okay, so over here, reload handler. And as you can see, all of it is commented out, but you want this one right here that says unstate exit. So go ahead and delete the slash, so that way we can actually use it. And then right over here, we're going to do get component in parent. Okay, game object. Okay, we have a little issue. Okay, it's animator. Sorry, animator that get component in parent, and we just do weapon dot is reloading equals false. Right now this is just animation. We're not actually going through our inventory and checking for bullets, but we're going to do that in a moment. So let's just go ahead and do all of this. And this code for checking for bullets is going to be kind of similar to... So first, go ahead and duplicate your drop bag, and instead of M4, just make an item for bullets. Actually, I don't have it made, but I'm just gonna leave it like this and put like 200 bullets. Okay, so let's just go ahead and test that we can actually do our animation. Okay, so pick it up right here, and alright, we're hitting R and it's not doing anything. So let's go ahead and check the name, reload dash base. So this one does that, and alright, so let's go into our code and just check that out. So weapon, anim that curse fading fixed time, reload dash base, start reload is reloading equals true. Okay, so first let's do something. So over here, do if is reloading, then return. We're going to be adding more things to this code, but right now I just want to make sure that the animation is actually playing. So over here, if it's a weapon, if input.get key down R, then start reload. Okay, it's not working actually, but it might be because we need to add it to our actual animator override. So let's go ahead and see if that's a thing. So if I go into M4 animator, yeah, it's right there. So I don't know what's going on. Also, this I'm gonna put it over to here, and then I'm gonna make it. Okay, can I just click this? Alright, there we go. I'm gonna make it like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and play and try it again. So we can shoot, we can run, but it's not actually playing the reload animation. Okay, well, alright, let's do something. Transition needs to meet at least one condition on exit time for it to be valid. Okay. It says transition needs. Okay, so let's do exit time as exit time, and we're going to delete this one. The one on top, let's go ahead and just delete it. So just select that and hit delete. Reload dash base. I'm just gonna straight up just copy the name of it, just in case I'm missing something. Go ahead and unstart reload. Yeah, it's exactly the same. I don't know why it's happening. Fixed transition duration. Instead of 0, do 0.015. Okay, so go ahead and save it. And let's go back into Unity and try it out. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna go ahead, pause the video and try to fix it. Alright, let's hope it works. Yep, there it goes. That was the issue. So, and you can see we can press again because it's reloading, it's going back to false. Now we gotta play the sound, which we're not actually playing. So what I'm gonna do right now is, first I'm gonna go ahead and look up a reloading sound. It's not gonna match the animation, but just for testing it, I'm gonna look for a shooting sound and a takeout sound. Again, not gonna match the animation, it's just going to be for testing. I will leave all of those sounds below, but I recommend you make your own sounds for the animations of reloading and taking out the weapon, because otherwise it's not gonna look too good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay guys, so I just imported the sounds in. All I did was a reload sound for all weapons, and then shotgun fire, M9 fire, and M4 fire. So let's go ahead into, I think it was items, yes, and M4. And here where it says shoot sound, click on it and just look for your M4 fire. Then reload sound, again, just look for the reload. Takeout, I'm gonna use the same one as reload. Actually, I'm gonna use, I don't know, yeah, let's just reload. And the empty sound, I forgot about it, but I will leave it down in the description, although right now it doesn't really work because we still haven't coded that. But let's go ahead and test it out. Just make sure that we are shooting. Okay, actually, never mind. Stop the game and then select your 3 weapons. So select them all and go to add component. We're going to do audio source. This is basically where audios are played. Now I am going to lower the volume down because I don't know how high you guys will listen it, and let's just say I don't want to blow your ears. So let's go ahead and hit play now that we've done that. Also, you can make this sound 3D. You can see right here. Okay, I'll show you guys in a moment. You can make this sound 3D for the weapon shooting, but I don't recommend it because when you aim, the actual place you're gonna hear it from your left, not from the actual center, as you should do. So I recommend you just leave it at 2D. That way you hear it normally. And there you go. You can see you can actually hear the shots. So there you go, you have sounds. And okay, we still haven't coded to play the reload sound. So let's go ahead and do that. Right over here, do audio as dot play one shot. weapon data that reload sound. Save it, and let's go back to Unity. So what I was explaining to you guys a moment ago, so you see where it says spatial blend, it's a 2D right now. If you make it 3D, it's actually, I'll actually be able to tell where the sounds are coming from. But here's the thing. So this is being played at this position, which is, right now it's center. So if we're not aiming, we're going to hear it fine, even if it's 3D. But if we move it to the right, to the left, which is what we do to aim, we're gonna hear it from our left, just from our left. So that's why I'm gonna leave it at 2D. That you guys can do whatever you want, but that's my recommendation at least. Let's go ahead and test it out. So let's get this, drag it over here, shooting, and reloading. There we go. As you can see, as I said, sound doesn't match it, but you can go into any website like Fiverr or anything like that. Okay, we have a bug right now. So you see that right there? Let's solve that real quick. So go to your player script. I believe I have it loaded already. Okay, never mind. Yeah, right here it is. So for the player script, you're going to want to go down, and right here, if left shift, and we're gonna make it so we cannot run if we're moving to the left or to the right, because it looks really weird. So, and it's not, I believe, okay, and is input dot get key down, get key, not key down, dot get key code dot w. So if we're pressing the W, and I'm just gonna copy this, move it over here, and I'm gonna make this key A. Just paste it again, D, and again, and S. Now this, we're going to put the exclamation sign, so it's if we're not pressing those. So basically what we're saying is, if we are pressing W and we're not pressing A, nor D, nor S, and we're pressing left shift, then we run. Otherwise, just don't do anything. So let's go back and test it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. Also, now we're gonna do the actual reloading, so we actually get bullets into our weapon. But for that, I'm just gonna copy the code in and leave it down in the description, because it's already getting too long of a video. And last video was actually kind of long by itself, and I was just rendering finishing the crafting system video, and it's an hour long. I don't like getting the videos that long, so I'm just gonna leave that down in the description. So as you can see, I'm pressing shift right now and it's not doing anything. If you go to the right or the left or anything like that, we are walking and not running. And it actually shows on the weapon. Alright, so next thing we're going to do. Let's go ahead and actually do the reloading. So in going to your weapon script, and where it says start reload, what we're going to do is, if it's reloading or slot equipped on, that's stack size, is greater than or equals to, I believe it's weapon data dot max size, or running, or player dot running, and or aiming. I'm gonna make it so you don't have to do this one, but you can if you want. So I'm gonna make it like you cannot reload while aiming. That's just personal preference. Actually, never mind. Don't do any of that, because we've already done that on update aiming. So if it's running and is reloading, let's add it down here. Alright, so now next thing we're going to do is go to shoot both shoot and shotgun shoot, and you see where it says has taken out, do the opposite. So if the weapon has not finished taking out yet or anything like that, just don't shoot at all. And we're going to do the same thing for the reloading. So or is not has taken out. And we're gonna code that in a moment. Let's just do the following first. So do public void reload. So finish reload actually. Finish dash reload. And then we're going to do here is reloading equals false. And the next thing, I'm just gonna code it real quick off camera and just show you guys how to do it. And you can go ahead and copy it if you want. Just pause the video, copy the code, and then I'll explain everything just to make the video a little bit shorter. Okay guys, so here's the thing. I am going to leave the code down in the description. So it should be just a RAR file with all the sounds, all of the code. So just download that, decompress it, and you're going to have a text document with the following things. It's going to be two functions. Just copy out that's on the text document, and right below finish reload, paste it. As you can see, it's really just a bunch of fors and ifs. So that would have taken like just 15 minutes by itself, and I'm pretty sure we are already past the 30-minute mark. So what we're going to do is the following. Over here, we're going to add another or. Or is not check for bullets, and we're going to do bullet weapon data. We're going to do weapon data dot bullet data. I'm gonna add another parenthesis because I accidentally deleted one. And then we're gonna do comma. We're gonna do weapon data dot max size. So yeah, just if you should have two parentheses here. Now we're going to create a bullet data. So let's go ahead and do that. Go to your item SO, and right below range, right below max size, we're going to do public item SO bullet data, and just save it. If you go back here, you shouldn't have any errors at all. And on finish reload, right below it, we're going to run take bullets. And again, same thing, weapon data dot bullet data, comma, weapon data dot max size. Alright, so next thing, go back to your reload handler, and instead of doing dot is reloading equals false, we're just gonna execute finish reload. So let's go ahead and do finish reload and save it. Now if we go back to Unity, we're going to have to go ahead now and create our actual bullets item. So over here in your items folder, right click, create survival game, inventory, new item, bullets. Now actually I'm gonna do rifle bullets, because what this means, the way we're doing it, you can have different bullet types. So basically the rifle, the M4 takes rifle bullets, M9 takes only pistol bullets, and so on. So over here, you don't really need to specify anything. All you need is the name, which I'm gonna do rifle bullets, and then 5.56 bullets, and I'm gonna add an icon and just leave it at generic. You don't really want to do any function for this. Now you can go ahead and create bullets for the M9 and shotgun. I'm not gonna do that right now because I don't see the point in it. Right here on your other drop back, just add rifle bullets, do Ctrl S, and then let's hit play and test it out. Actually, never mind, go back. So go back, and on M4, right where it says bullet data, drag your actual bullet data. And now you can go ahead and hit play. So let's pick up the M4, and if we hit reload when we have 30, okay, alright, so we're missing the taking out part. So here's what we're gonna do. Go into your animator again, and right where it says draw dash base, we're gonna do add behavior, and we're gonna do takeout handler. And it's literally just the same thing from reloading, just that we're modifying takeout. That's it. You just wait for it to compile. Give it a second. So I'm gonna drag it into my weapons script. Let's go ahead and open it up. Again, find the unstate exit. So this one right here. Delete the comment. And just inside here, do animator dot get component in parent weapon dot has taken out equals true. And then you want to go to weapon, and where we on equip has taken weapon out equals false. Okay, don't worry. So yeah, let's go back into Unity, and now it should be working. And we're actually gonna go ahead and just quickly add zooming in. So, but first let's just test everything out, make sure that everything works. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick everything up. Actually, I'm not gonna pick up the bullets just to make sure. So, okay, if I do this, yeah, I can shoot right where it ends. There it goes. If I hit R and there's no bullets, you can see nothing's happening. If I pick up the bullets and I hit R, it reloads, and it reloads exactly 7 bullets, which is what we needed. Now, if I hit R while having the mag full, it won't do anything. And let's just, and there you go, guys. You have your weapon system already. All you have to do is add new weapons, change their stats, make some do more damage, some less damage, all of that. But pretty much you have a fully fledged out weapon system. All we're missing is zooming, which we're going to be making in a moment. So this is going to be totally functional. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the following. Go to your item.so class. This is already getting pretty messy just for the weapon, so we are going to be organizing all of this pretty soon. And do public float zoom FOB. I'm gonna make it 55 by actually I'm gonna make it 60 by default. Then go into your weapon class, and on takeout, on unequip, just right off the bat, let's do right before it does game object that set active false, let's do get component in parent camera dot field of view equals default get component in parent. Actually, we're gonna do it in a different way. So instead of camera, do camera FOB dash handler. We're gonna create that script in a moment. Then do here dot weapon equals null. And then we're gonna copy this same exact thing and put it over here on equip right after game object that's set active. But instead of weapon equals null, just do this. And I'm just gonna copy this, go back into Unity and create the script. So go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna do this on the player folder. So create C# script, and I'm gonna name it like that, camera FOB dash handler. So what exactly are we going to be doing? It's pretty much just going to be, this is going to be getting the weapon. So do public weapon, and then do right here private camera cam. And now on start, we're going to do cam equals get component camera. Because what we're going to be doing is an update. We're going to check if weapon is not equals null. So if we have a weapon equipped, we're going to just update the FOB based on the position. Also, we're going to add one more value, which is going to be public float default FOB. And I'm going to go ahead and hide it, because the way it's gonna work, this component will get it just straight from the current FOB the camera has when we start our game. So it's basically gonna be default FOB equals cam.field of view. And then what we're going to do in weapon, if it's not equals null, we're going to check if weapon dot is aiming. We're gonna do cam.field of view equals mathf.lerp the cam.field of view, comma, weapon.weapon data dot FOB, zoom FOB. Yeah. So, and then we're gonna do comma FOB, we're gonna do FOB transition speed and times time that delta time. Now let's go ahead and create this. So right below weapon, do public float FOB transition speed, and I'm gonna make it by default to something like 10, which is a decent value. And then we're gonna copy this line right here, and we're gonna do else cam.field of view, but instead of weapon data that zoom FOB, we're gonna do default FOB. Now next, just copy this right here again, this one, and then do else. So if we don't have a weapon equipped, let's just return to our default FOB. And the reason I'm doing it like this, we could just set it straight back, but it would just cut to the FOB instead of smoothly doing it. So I don't want that happening. So let's go ahead and go into here. Select your main camera. Go down, add component, camera, FOB handler. There you go. You have your FOB transition and everything. Let's just hit play. Now we pick our weapon up and equip it. Okay, I have it set to 60, which is the same FOB I currently have. So I'm going to go into assets, items, and the M4. I'm going to set it to be 47.5. Let's go ahead and test. Where is it? Right here. So equip. Okay, something's not working. What's wrong with it? I don't know. Okay, let's see. So main camera, we got the FOB, cam FOB handler, console, no errors. FOB transition speed, weapon equals none. Let's go into the weapon script and just check through it. Equip. Okay, we did not actually assign this on equip. I'm pretty sure we did it on reload actually. Okay. No, we're actually... Okay, never mind. This is the wrong weapon script, now that I think about it. So yeah, we did do get component in handler that weapon. So let me go back. I'm gonna stop the video, solve the issue, and then show you guys how to do it. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay guys, so I just found what the issue was. Basically, go into your weapon script and on update aiming. On the top one, we're going to do is aiming equals true. And then is aiming equals false. Basically, this is what was causing all of it. We forgot to assign the values, so the FOB handler thought that we were not aiming at all times. So let's go ahead and hit play. I'm going to maximize it. Okay, well, let me just add that back in. There we go. Maximize from play, and let's hit play. Okay, I'm gonna set my aspect to 16:9 again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we pick both of them up, and there you go. You have sim. So that's it. Weapon system for fire weapons, it's done. Now we need to do the weapon system for the melee system. So we're going to be doing that on the next video because I'm pretty sure this video is already too long. So I don't want to make it longer than it should be. We should be at 40 to 50 minutes already. So as you can see, you guys shooting, reloading, and running, and zoom. So you got a fully fledged weapon system. So as I said, next video, melee system. The one after that, how to improve graphics, which I talked to some of you guys on the Discord, and you were saying that you wanted to see that, so I'm gonna be doing it. And that's gonna be it for the video, guys. As always, please, if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below. It helps a lot, and I'll see you guys on the next one.